It's been rough. Man, give you guys a minute to get up in here before we get started. Man, I apologize for man, it seemed like everything was stopping me from trying to do this live this morning. But we're going to get it done. You know what I mean? We're going to get it done. It is what it is. It is what it is. Give you guys a minute before we get started. What's up? What's up, family? Man, still battling my, what is it? My allergies. Man, it's drinking some tea now. Man, fam, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys this morning. Man, I want to talk about, as I adjust the camera, I want to talk about living a lie, living a lie. It's a trip because, stay with me, I'm going to go somewhere. Earlier this year, I went to a concert and I saw this Mary J. Blige, and I waited 20 years. What's up with you, Kate? Man, waited 20 years to see Mary J. Dennis, what's up with you, brother? And I've been a big fan of Mary J. Blige for like since she first came out with What's the 411 and Jose, what's up with you? And it was a trip because I wasn't really impressed with the concert. I really wasn't impressed with the ambiance or anything of that nature. But the trip is before we went into the concert, we're sitting down and we're eating, and this lady sat next to us and she just started talking to us, random ladies, just and it wasn't random. I don't believe in coincidences. She just started talking about just coming back off of her trip from Africa and how she went to the pyramids and just all this other stuff, right? And that piqued my curiosity. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. She's talking my language. Stay with me. I'm talking about living a lie. And so this lady's talking to me about her trip to Africa and just all that she experienced. And that's always been my dream. And it's like my soul jumped in my body when she started talking about Africa because I was so fascinated with the pyramids and just all this other stuff, right? And it's like, this is why we came to the concert. This is why we came, sat down here to eat and woo doo doo. It wasn't so much for the concert, it was to be reminded of Africa. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so, concert went on, and I ended up forgetting about the lady and just the conversation that we had with her, right? And this is what happens in life. As we come into this world as souls, we have this plan on what we want to accomplish. We have this plan on what we're going to go through, what we're going to experience in life, and all this other stuff. We know what we want to do. We know what we want to accomplish. We know what we want to experience. And then life happens. We get indoctrinated by our parents, we get indoctrinated by the schools, our siblings. We go through life, heartbreaks, disappointments, failures, and just all these different things. We experience love and the brokenness of being abandoned and rejection and the loss of love. We go through all these things in life and we forget about who we are. We forget about why we came here. Talking about living a lie. And so what happens is we get to the point of, man, I just want to stop hurting. I just want the pain to go away. I just want to be in love. I just want some money. And we get so fixated in all these things because either we grew up poor and we wanted some money because we wanted this or we wanted that and we didn't have it. Our parents didn't have the money. And so our mentality is, man, I got to get money. I got to get money. And so we get this mentality. I got to chase the bag. I got to put myself in a position because I know what it's like not to have money. I know what it's like to go hungry and to have, be teased because of my clothes and I don't have the latest kicks and whoop doo doo. I know what it's like to go through that. So I don't want to go through that anymore in life. What's up with you, Day Walker? And so I'm going to put myself in a position to where I'm going to always have money. I'm going to always have the bag. I'm always going to have the purse. Why? Because I'm successful. Why? Because I want people to understand I'm not just some broke buster out here just experimenting with life, just faking the funk. And because I got all this baggage from my childhood, man, I grew up thinking, man, I gotta have the money. I gotta do this. And some of us, we grew up without feeling loved. We grew up without feeling validated. We grew up feeling like we don't really fit in at home. There's no real close, intimate, loving relationship. And so many of us, instead of wanting a bag, we want a relationship. We see all these pretty girls and guys, good looking guys, and we want somebody to be attracted to us. We want somebody to like us. We want somebody to value us. We want to be loved because we really don't feel loved at home. We want somebody to pay attention to us because we really don't feel that at home. And we're looking around at everybody else, and everybody else seems to have that. They're just happy and holding hands and smooching. That's what we call these little kids, you know? They just all that little stupid stuff, you know, just give us the EBGBs, you know what I mean? I'm showing my age. But you know what I mean? But we used to see the older kids doing all that stuff. And then there's a crazy thing to see them French kissing. What's up with you, spiritualpreneur? You know what I mean? To see them French kissing, like, oh my God, she's sticking his tongue in his mouth, and we used to grow stuff. But then we wanted that as we got a little older because we missed out on feeling loved at home. We wanted to see what that felt like. And then the hormones in our bodies kicking in. And we're looking at people and like, oh gosh, she's pretty. Oh dang, he's fine. He's handsome. Da da da. And then we start thinking, it's like, oh my God. And it's like all this crazy shit come in. I'm talking about living a lie, stay with me. I'm just laying the foundation. And the trip is we go through so much in life and it programs us to think a certain way. We go through so much in life and it puts us on a path that, man, this is what's important. This is what I have to do. This is what I have to accomplish. And we completely forget about our soul and what our soul came here to experience and to get completed. We completely dismiss that because of our pain, because of our trauma, because of the indoctrination. Now we're fixated on, man, I got to be successful. I got to go to school and learn all this stupid, useless shit. And so we're studying algebra and geometry and trigonometry and calculus and all this other stupid ass shit you'll never use again. We're reading about Dick and Jane and Spot and all this other crazy ass shit. We're learning all this useless information. Completely useless. It has absolutely nothing to do with why our soul came here. And so we're learning how to spell all these words. And I'm not saying that the education was completely useless, but most of it was useless. Most of the crap we had to learn how to spell and had to read and comprehend and calculate and math, man, we never used that crap again. The great majority of us. We've never used that crap again. But we spent so much time trying to learn this stuff. We were so stressed out, up under so much pressure, trying to learn this useless stuff. We're learning all this stuff that our parents are teaching us. We're learning all this stuff, the latest dances, the latest songs, the latest rap. We're learning all of this stuff. And forgetting about why we came here. We completely dismiss why we came here. We completely minimize why we came here. And then we wonder why, man, why am I so stressed out? Why am I so up under so much pressure? And why do my mind and my thoughts just seem to be all over the place? And why do I always feel like I'm in a battle? Like I'm always at war with me? Forget everybody. I'm always at war with me. Why? Why is it? What is that about? Why is it my mind wants me to do this, but my heart and my soul says do something else? And everybody I'm talking to telling me that, man, because I want to follow my heart, I want to follow my soul, but everybody's telling me that that's stupid and that's not good and whoop doo doo. You need to be doing this, and you need to be studying this, and you need to concentrate and get you a good paying job. Why? So you're not dependent on some man. So you're not dependent on some woman. So you can have your own house, your own car, and have your own independence, your own bank account, and all this other stupid ass shit. We learn. We've learned from broken people. We've learned from hurt people. People that have been hurt and they've never healed from their hurts. People that have been messed up. And they're thinking they're looking out for you. They're trying to help you, but they're hurting you in the process. They're programming you into that negative thought process in the process. They're giving you all their insight, all their wisdom, so they call it. Not even understanding that it's programming. And it's negative and toxic on top of that. And so we live this lie. We live this lie. Oh, I came here to do. No, the fuck you didn't. You did not come here to spend 20 something years in fucking education, school, from the system and not learn who the fuck you are and why you're here. You did not come here to spend 50, 60 hours on a dead end fucking job that you hate and you know it's toxic as hell and it's frustrating you. You didn't come here to do that because it pays great. Oh, we're going in today. We just learned the foundation, living a lie. And it's a trip because I didn't even realize that I was going to do a live until the other day, till yesterday. Yesterday's spirit put on my heart, Elijah, tomorrow's your 1100 video that you have uploaded to YouTube. Do a live at 11 o'clock. And this is what you need to talk about. I had no idea what we're going to talk about. I still didn't know what until we got started. I don't have this prearranged or pre-written or pre-planned. Man, it's just whatever comes to me from source, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But we're talking about living a lie. And there's something powerful about the number 11, 1100, 11 o'clock. There's something powerful about numbers that we have forgotten or that we have never taken the time to understand because we've been told that it's demonic. We've been told it's witchcraft. But the Bible is full of numbers. And the numbers mean something in the Bible. We have to grow up. We have to unlearn the lie and the programming. We have to unlearn the garbage that we've been filled with. We spend so much time trying to be accepted. We spend so much time trying to be valued and loved by other people that we've forgotten who we are and why we're here. See, in the pursuit of being accepted, in the pursuit of love and happiness, man, we start getting drunk, we start smoking weed, having sex, we're doing all this crazy ass shit, popping pills, running lines, shooting up. We do all this toxic, crazy ass shit because we don't remember why we're here, because we don't remember what we're supposed to learn, because we don't know who we are. And so we're living a lie. We're living a lie. We fake the funk, man, I'm happy and and we're miserable as hell. We've learned how to put on a smile and how to man, I'm just so blessed. Man, I'm just blessed and highly favored. Man, the blessings of God upon my life. And we say all this Christian cliche stuff. We say all this stuff to make us sound like life is going great for us. And we know we're miserable as fuck. People ask you, how you doing? Man, I'm blessed and highly favored. How you doing? What's up? You good? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. Knowing you're fucking lying. You know, if they ask you another question, a couple more questions, you're about ready to snap on them. Because the truth is, you're not good. The truth is, you're hurt. The truth is, you're frustrated. The truth is, you're miserable. But you can't let nobody know that. You can't let them see that because you talk all this spiritual stuff. So how the hell you gonna talk all this spiritual growth and development stuff? You gonna rock all your crystals and yet you're depressed. You gonna rock all your crystals and do your sage, do your meditations, and do all the stuff that you do, and still walk around miserable and frustrated and lonely and miserable. How does that make sense? What's up with you in love? How does that make sense? We're living a lie. We're living a lie. And the trip is, we talk about all these people that, man, this person's a fraud. When I moved into the spot that I moved into, and like the young lady was talking to me before I moved in, and she was like, "Man, I don't know you." I said, "No, you don't know me." I said, "But I am the person that if you get on YouTube and what you see on YouTube, but here's my channel and just have 1,000 videos up. People get on YouTube and they make all kind of stuff up and they be lying and da da da. It's like, okay, I get that. What's up with you, Deborah? And so I get that. Just because other people do that don't mean that I'm doing that. You know what I mean? I know you don't really know me yet. But just because other people are hoes don't mean that every woman's a hoe. Just because guys are doggish, a lot of guys are doggish, don't mean that every guy's a dog. Don't mean that every guy's gonna cheat. Because some guys cheat. Because some women lie, don't mean that every woman lie. But because we have been so disconnected from our greater good, because we're so disconnected from God, from source, we don't even believe other people. And it's not that we don't believe other people because other people lie to us. We don't believe other people if the truth be told because we have been living a motherfucking lie. And so we assume if I'm lying, everybody else is lying. If I'm faking the funk and I really don't feel good, but I put on my makeup and I put on my smile and I'm pretending to be okay, then everybody else is pretending too. I'll put stuff up on social media and I'll say all this positive, loving stuff, even though I don't really feel like that right now. Even though I really want to get lit as fuck and man, just end it all. But I gotta say positive stuff. Why? Because that's what the people need to hear. That's what they think about me. Oh, you're so positive. You're so loving. You're so deep. You're so wise. You're gonna say all this stuff to lift my spirit up. You're gonna say all the right stuff to make me feel good. And so we're living a lie. We post all these pictures and all this stuff, and we're still miserable as fuck. And we're frustrated as we're posting this shit. We're mad as we're posting this stuff because we know it's a contradiction to how we really feel, where we're really at emotionally. We want to be there, but we're not there. We want to feel like that, but we don't feel like that. We want to think like this, but we really don't think like this. We do that when other people get around us. You know, one of the craziest things I remember when I used to go into church was that, man, in church, everybody's saved and sanctified. You know what I mean? Everybody's blessed and highly favored. You know what I mean? And so it's like everybody come to church and everybody's like so happy and peaceful and loving and do what they do. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. I can't be the only motherfucker up in this church that's going through some bullshit. I can't be. It's 1,000 motherfuckers up in here. I can't be the only motherfucker in here frustrated and miserable. I can't be the only motherfucker up in here feeling lonely. I can't be the only motherfucker up in here with low self-esteem and insecurities and self-hatred and self-sabotage crap going. I can't be the only motherfucker up in here squeezing my head and talking, my God, where the fuck are you at? I know you here, but I don't feel your presence. I can't be the only person feeling like this. But when you talk to everybody and you look at everybody, everybody's just so happy and chipper. Just, what the fuck is wrong with me? And so you sit there, you start analyzing, like, hold on, wait. I know you. I know this person. I know the pain and the hell they're going through. I know the emotional shit that they're really dealing with. And they really don't feel like how they're putting on this facade. They dressed up. They got their Bible. They got their hair done. They got their gloves on. They suited and booted. But I was just talking to this person, and I know the shit that they're dealing with, and I know they're full of shit right here, right now. As soon as a lot of them leave church, the they go right back. They take their clothes off, they take their makeup and stuff off, and they're ready to beat somebody's ass. They ready to get high. They ready to chase some tail. They ready to do whatever the fuck they want to do. But because they ain't around the other church folk no more, I ain't got to act like that. I ain't got to talk like that. I can't wait to get away from them motherfuckers. Why? So I can exhale and so I can go back to being me. Because I was just pretending there. I was just pretending. The truth is, I look at people in relationships and I low key get jealous. I low key start wondering, man, what's really going on with me? How come nobody sees my value? How come nobody sees the beauty in me? How come nobody wants to be with me? I look at other people with nice cars and we see them rolling. It's like, damn, I wish I had something nice like that. I wish I had that kind of money. How come I can't get that kind of money? I wish I had that type of education. I wish I was that spiritual. I wish I had that type of depth and wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I wish I looked like that. We have all these things that go through our head that we really deal with, but we can't let it be known. And there's so many of us, we fake the funk in the aspect. I'm so happy and I'm so comfortable in my own skin. I just love me and I just adore me and I just pamper me and I just spoil me. And you can say all the bullshit you want to, and you miserable as fuck. You miserable as fuck. You're pretty as fuck, but you don't nobody want to be with you. Nobody that you want to be with. Put it that way. You good looking as hell, but no woman of the character or quality that you're looking for wants to be with you. You got a nice job, nice income coming in, your own pad, money, got all the stuff you need, but you ain't got somebody to share it with. And that makes you feel some kind of way about yourself. That's not positive. You are so proud to get the promotion. You are so proud to get your job, get your car, get your pad. You got it everything laid out just the way you want it. It's a beautiful fucking match. What's up with you, Justin? You got your crib laid out. And it's just you there. It's just you. And so you go get a dog. You go get a little cat so that you're not all alone. So you don't really feel so bad about yourself. You're so accomplished and yet so fucking lonely. You're so accomplished and yet so fucking miserable. And you can't, and it doesn't make sense. I've done everything that they told me to do to pursue happiness. I went to school, got the education. I got a good, what do you call that? Credit score. My job is great. I make this type of money. I got 5 houses, 4 cars. I got all this money saved up. I'm in great shape. I like what you just wrote, Dennis. Yeah, we played ourselves. We've been living a fucking lie. We've been living a lie. And we get so frustrated and so miserable and so angry because we've done all these things that they told us to do. And some of us, man, I'm going to church and I'm giving my tithes. I'm giving the Lord 10% off the top of what I gross. Forget about what I bring. I'm giving him 10% off the top because I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Man, God, I bless you. I love you. Da, 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 da. And I'm giving him an extra 5% from my offering. And I'm giving a pastor and I'm getting their extra. We're doing all this stuff. And then we bring our ass home and open up the door to a lonely home. We open up the door to a lonely house. We open up the door to our lonely ass apartment. And a lot of us, we don't even have to wait till we get home. We'll get in our vehicle, our $50,000 vehicle, our $75,000 vehicle, and the loneliness hits. The frustration kicks in. The misery kicks in. And a lot of us, if the truth be told, we don't even want to go home. We don't want to go home because we know what's going to be there waiting for us. Not a motherfucking thing. Nothing. And so we try to stay out as long as possible. I'm gonna go to my friend's house. I'm gonna go over here to my mama's house. I'm gonna go over here to my girlfriend's house. I'm gonna go hang out with the homies. I'm gonna go to the gym and we do this. And we wasting all. I gotta go grocery shopping. I'm gonna go just looking at the stores at the outlets, see what's going on, see what's the newest thing. Why? Not because you're interested in any of that shit. The truth is you're fucking miserable. The truth is you're frustrated. The truth is you're lonely. You're lonely. And so by being at your girlfriend's house, being with them on the phone, and that's why most of us, man, we're always on the fucking phone. We're always calling somebody because we're lonely as fuck. We're miserable as fuck. And so by talking to this person in the car, it makes me feel like I'm not so alone. I get to the house and I know there's nobody in there, but I got my girl on the phone. I got my boy on the phone. I got my kids on the phone. I got my grandkids on the phone. I'm talking to my mama. I'm talking to my grandma. Talking to anybody, everybody, just somebody talk to me. Somebody make me feel valued. Somebody make me feel important. Because I got all this shit and I don't feel important. I have all this stuff and it felt good getting it. But then when I brought it home, and I put it out so nice, I was so proud of it. I took pictures of it, posted it up on social media. Look at this new thing I got. Look at this new bag I got. Look at this new watch I got. Look at this new painting I got. Look at this new piece of furniture I got. Look at it. And we're looking at all this stuff. And we've accumulated all this stuff, and we're taking pictures inside our car. We got the sunroof open, and we're just doing all this stuff at the beach, at the lake, at the pond, in the park, and all this stuff. And we're posting all this stuff, living my best life, and da 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 da. And we're lonely as fuck. We got all this shit we're posting, and we're miserable as hell. And we're living a lie. We're living a lie. Because other people seem happy, we have to put out the image that we're happy. Because other people look like they're successful, we have to put out the image that we are successful too, that we've arrived, that we're living our best life. Because we have to low key keep up with everybody else. Because we don't know who we are. We have no idea of why we're here. We have no idea. We're so busy trying to get subscribers and followers. We're so busy trying to get money. So busy trying to get this house. So, man, I got to get my credit score up to 820. That's just my goal. I got to get to 820. We're doing all this stuff because we're hurt. Because we've been hurt. And we never realized how hurt we've been. We've been programmed. And we never realized how programmed we've become. We're the walking dead. We have no idea how dead we are. We have no idea how spiritually dead we are. You could go to church all you want to. You could jump up and down, shout, speak in tongues, scream, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, praise the Lord, whatever you want to do. And the great majority of us still spiritually dead. You could meditate all you want to. You could have 100,000 crystals on you, and you're still spiritually dead. You're going through the motions. You become religious in your life. And when I say religious, you become like the Pharisees and Sadducees in the Bible. They had the word, but they didn't have it spiritually. They knew what the book said, but they didn't understand it spiritually. They didn't know how to apply it spiritually. And so we missed it. We missed it. The Bible says the missing the mark is the definition of sinning. To sin, according to the Bible, it's an archery term. And it's you come back and you shoot and release the arrow, and you miss the mark completely. That's what sinning is, missing the mark. And it's a trip how we've twisted that word. We've twisted it. So now, if you don't do what I do, I go to church, I pay my tithes, I give my offering, I go to church on Sunday, and you got those. I know I go to church on the Sabbath, and I do da. And if you don't do it like this, then you're sinning. If you drink alcohol, you're sinning. If you smoke weed, you're sinning. If you curse, you're sinning. And we so twisted the term sinning, and we made it such a religious thing because we have no fucking understanding of what it means spiritually. We've missed the mark for our soul. What I'm saying, we came here to do certain things spiritually. We didn't come here to sit in some fucking church or temple or mosque. That's not why we came here. And so, if you're not in alignment with source, if you're not in alignment with your soul, your spirit, and if you're not doing what you came here to do spiritually, what your soul came here to do, I don't give a damn how much money you've accomplished or accumulated. I don't give a damn how many houses you have. I don't give a damn how many cars you have. You have missed the mark. You missed the mark. You've been sidetracked. You've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. You've done everything except for what you fucking came here to do. That's why you're miserable. That's why you're miserable. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you feel so broke. And I'm not talking just financially, bro. I'm talking about just broken spiritually. You cannot be connected to God, source, the most high, universal consciousness, whatever you want to call it. You cannot be connected and be depressed at the same fucking time. You cannot be connected to God and be suicidal at the same fucking time. You cannot be connected to God and talking about I'm angry and I'm bitter and this motherfucker pissed me off and and I'm angry at this motherfucker and I'm not gonna forgive this motherfucker ever and I'm so angry at this person and I'm ungrateful. You cannot be connected to God and source and have all these negative, toxic thoughts and frequencies and be on that frequency at the same time. It's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot be connected to God and then be talking about, man, I'm gonna do like Mary Jane over here, and I'm gonna do this over here, and I'm gonna do this over here, and I'm gonna do this. And God ain't told you to do none of that. Source ain't told you to do none of that. But because you're trying to fit in and you don't even understand that you're trying to fit in. You think that's what they're supposed to, what you're supposed to do, because grandma did that, great grandpa did that, and they were preachers and teachers, and everybody loved them, and everybody thought so highly of them, and I want to be like that too, and da, da, da. So I got to do what they do. Motherfucker, you don't. That's not why you came here. That's not why you came here. You didn't come here to be like your grandma. You didn't come here to be like your bishop. You didn't come here to be like your mama. That's not why you came here. And that's why we're so mad. That's why we're so angry. And the trip is, I was around my kids last week, and being around them, I had to be around their mother. And registered nurse. I think she has a master's degree. She has her master's degree, and she's all that in her mind. In her mind, she's all that. And I'm talking to my youngest son about the spiritual significance of mushrooms and just all this other different stuff. He had this big mural on his wall, all the different galaxies on it, um, the different stages of the moon on it, and there's all these mushrooms at the bottom, different colors, different shapes, and just everything. And I'm talking to him about mushrooms. Stay with me, going. So I'm talking about living a lie still. And so I'm talking to him about mushrooms, and I'm asking him what the mushrooms mean to him. And what are mushrooms? Where do mushrooms come from? And so we're just having this conversation, and she's listening to me having this conversation with him. And I'm telling him, look at all the benefits that come from mushrooms. Look at where mushrooms come from. Look at where they grow. Look at what they grow out of. And look how small they are, and yet how powerful they are. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so he's sitting there, he's just like amazed, because he never thought about this. He never thought about this. And we're sitting there and having this conversation. And so his ignorant ass mama jump in. Well, what the fuck happened to you? How come you ain't done it? It's like, what the fuck? And the trip is, she left our relationship, our marriage in 2004. And it pains her. If the truth be told, it pisses her off that I don't want her. It pisses her off that I never want to be with her again. It pisses her off that she fucked up and she knows she fucked up and nothing she can do will ever pique my interest again. Nothing she do will ever make me be attracted to her again. Nothing she do will ever make me want her again. Talking about living the life. Stay with me. She's gotten all this education. When we were married, she just had her um, associate's degree. She's since then got her um, bachelor's and now her master's, and she makes well over 100,000 a year, and that's just makes her all of that. Living a lie, living a lie. She is so frustrated. She is so miserable, and there's so many women that I've met, not just women, guys too, but I see it a lot in women. There's so many women that have so much education, great careers, and they're fucking miserable and hateful and toxic as fuck. And they think, oh, no, ain't no black man capable of handling a strong black woman. No, we just don't want your raggedy, ratchet fucking ass. I don't give a damn about how much education you got. I'm not dealing with your toxic fucking behavior. I'm not dealing with your negative fucking thought process. Ain't got shit to do with your education. Ain't got shit to do with how much money you got. That don't intimidate me. That don't intimidate strong men. That might intimidate somebody that don't know who the fuck they are or that has less than that. But a strong person ain't intimidated by your bullshit. But they believe this bullshit and they spew this bullshit. Ain't no real men left. No, we're just tired of dealing with you motherfuckers that are more men than you are a woman. You act more like a fucking dude than you do a female. And to each their own, everybody can be attracted to whoever they want to. I don't give a damn. But don't get mad at me and say, well, I just don't like strong black women and da da da. No, I just don't like your ass. Ain't got shit to do with what you got. But because you're insecure and because you have low self esteem and because you have shit that you haven't dealt with, you want to use this as your justification of why you can't get a fucking man and why a real man don't want you. And so you go on perpetuating that lie and living your own lie because you think people are jealous of you because you have this, and that, because you've been on a job and you got all this, because you're man, don't nobody give a fuck about that superficial bullshit. What the fuck are you doing for humanity? How are you growing? How are you helping others heal from their trauma and their pain? How are you making the world a better place to be? How are you making the world a more accepting and loving place to be? Oh, you ain't got time for that because you got to do all this other shit. You ain't got time to listen to somebody else's story and somebody else's pain because you think everybody trying to get what you got. You so scared of losing the stupid shit that you got. You looking at everybody else suspect because you think they want what you got. Don't nobody want to be miserable like you. Don't nobody want to be depressed and frustrated and suicidal like you. Why the fuck would we want to be like you? Talking about living a lie. Living a lie. We got to go back to our roots. We got to go back to the beginning. And you can only go back to the beginning By getting connected to God. And I'm not talking about fucking religion. Religion is part of the reason why we're fucked up in the first place. If the truth be told. So it ain't got shit to do with fucking religion. We gotta get reconnected to God. Away from fucking religion. Outside of fucking religion. We have to get reconnected to God. And I know some people got a problem with calling God, calling source, the universe, the most high, whatever you want. God don't give a fuck what you call it. Or call him or her. He's not sensitive like that. They don't need our validation. They don't need our fucking approval. Source knows who it is, whether we ever acknowledge it or not, whether we ever come into that understanding or not. Source knows who it is. So what you call source is irrelevant. So don't get caught up on titles. That's our stupid shit. That's us. Whether you call source, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Lord, Creator, whatever you come up with, it don't fucking matter. That's the more divisive, ignorant ass shit that we, quote unquote, educated motherfuckers come up with. To make us sound deeper than everybody else, to make us sound more spiritual and in alignment than everybody else. That's that religious bullshit we was talking about earlier. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. Who are you? Why the fuck are you here? Why are you here? See, the truth is, most of us don't want to do the work to understand that. And lower the camera a little bit. Most of us don't want to do the work to understand that, to figure that out, to come into that understanding of who we really are. We've taken everybody else's opinion and okay, man, this is who I am. My daddy was John B. Broadway the third, and my mama was Lena Broadway. So that's who I am. I'm my mama's son, and I'm my daddy's boy. And what do? No, the fuck you ain't. No, you ain't. You're that physically, but your soul ain't got shit to do with your mama or your daddy. Your soul ain't got shit to do with who your mama is or who your daddy is. Who your mama is and who your daddy is ain't got shit to do with your soul. This is real talk. I know a lot of people ain't ready for this shit right here. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. The DNA passed down from your ancestors, that affects your flesh. That's this right here. The tangible shit. But that ain't got shit to do with your motherfucking soul. Your soul ain't got no fucking color. Your soul ain't got no fucking ethnicity. Your soul ain't got no fucking gender. Your soul is completely separate from your mama and your daddy and your grandpappy and your grandmammy and who your ancestors was. See, we live in a fucking lie. We think we are who we are because of who our daddy was, who our grandma was, who our mama was. My daddy was a drunk. My mama was a hoe. That's why I am the way that I am. Yeah, I can't help it. Bullshit. Yes, you take on some of their DNA, but that's not who you really are. That's not who you really are. And the truth is, I grew up And I struggled with an identity crisis. I struggled with an identity crisis because my daddy murdered my mama when I was 2. And so normally we get our identity from our parents and from our family. But the identity that they give us is based on their fucking trauma, based on their past, based on their pain, based on their experiences. And so we think that's who we are. Your mama, she just held your soul. She was just holding your soul. She gave birth to your flesh. Your flesh was what was holding your soul. That's it. What's up with you, Remy? That's it. And I know that's going to go over a lot of our heads because we're not ready to hear that. Because you think you are the person you see when you look at it in the mirror. You think that's who you are. You think you're the person that, man, what my mind thinks, that's who I am. How I think, that's who I am. So you think your ego is you. You think your mind is who you are. You think your flesh is who you are. And that's why we're always at war. That's why we're always conflicted. Because our soul, our spirit, ain't got shit to do with who your daddy is and who your mama is. That's the real you. That's the real you. That's the real you. But we've been programmed with our ego and our parents and everybody else that think that this is who we are. And some of us, we think, man, this is who I am. And then we've gotten deep. Oh no, I'm not my skin. I'm not my flesh. Man, I'm my mind. My mind is what makes me me. My mind is what makes me unique. My mind. It ain't got shit to do with your motherfucking mind. Shit to do with your fucking mind. That's part of the indoctrination. That's part of the programming. That's part of the manipulation. That's part of the enslavement. Man, we got to grow up. We got to come into understanding of who we are and why we're here. We got to grow up. Man. We will not be doing lives on Saturday mornings and Sunday evenings for the summer. Um, my schedule is changing, so yeah, we won't be doing the lives in that time frame. And I going forward, I don't know when the next live is going to be. Um, I just knew that yesterday evening that I had to do a live today. Um, we will do a live tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Um, I do not know what we're going to talk about as of yet, but the next live will be tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope and pray that I said something to help you, to inspire you, to encourage you, to uplift you. Man, I would love to just be able to pray with you as we bring this live to an end. Man, dear Father, I thank you and I praise you for all your many blessings. Father, I ask that you just help us understand who we are. Help calm our minds. Help us learn how to calm our minds so that we could get outside of our ego and learn how to go back within to our gut, into our spirit, into our soul, so that we may tap into who we really are and learn why we're here. Man, family, I love you guys. The God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in each and every one of you. That's namaste. That's the definition that I use for namaste. The God, the light, the love in me, because it's in every single one of us. Every single one of us have God in us. And that God is our soul. That God is our spirit. We have God in us. We are God in that sense. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.